G'day guys, it's my Tuesday off and I've decided I'm going to go for a little ride, but I've got a subject I want to talk about. And a bit like all things, some drive Fords, some drive Chevys, I think, personally, it's just my opinion, that the motorcycle I'm sitting on right now, after years of different bikes and road bikes and trail bikes and enduro bikes and motocross bikes, and that this is the best motorcycle ever made. This should start a bung fight. Yeah, as I said, horses for courses. Everybody's got a favourite bike, and I personally haven't. I've never ridden a bike that I didn't like. I just like riding bikes. But this one, and I took a few once I got back on the bike a couple of years ago after a lengthy break. Once I got back on the bike, I realised what I really wanted. I wanted something that was going to handle, something that was comfortable because of all the artificial bits I've got, hips and knees worked on and all that sort of thing. And it's, like I said, some drive Fords, some drive Chevys, and this will probably stir up a hornet's nest in the comments section, but I'm not meaning to be derogatory towards any other bike. I remember when I got back on the bike and I bought an old Honda Shadow just to see if I liked it. A lot of blokes said to me, "Oh, why didn't you just go straight out and buy a Harley?" Well, number one, they're a great bike, but my reason for not getting one was that everybody's got one. Everybody's got one. My explanation to him was, to a mate was, they're a bit like arseholes. Everyone's got one, and that's not taking anything away from Harley. I'm not a Harley hater at all. I love them. If I was to buy one, I'd really love the Road King. Love to buy a Road King special like my mate over there in the UK, Mark in the UK. I'd love to buy a Road King special, but to do a bit of touring on. But I looked around at so many bikes and came up with this, and I've always liked Triumphs. Triumph Thunderbird 1600, and I'll do a bit of a walk around of the bike afterwards. I'm not going to get into specs and also I think they're nearly 100 horsepower. I wouldn't have a clue what the torque figures are. They're about 780, 800 pounds wet weight. But what I found with these things was, and I test rode a couple, I test rode a lot of bikes, I test rode Harleys and I test rode Hondas and it. But the thing I liked about the big Triumph was the fact that it was a great big comfortable cruiser, but in the sort of, and I'm not a mad tearing up the twisty sort of rider, but I don't mind a little bit of a twisty road on a Sunday ride. And I found that this thing handles way out of its description, you'd call it. That it's meant to be a cruiser, and it is heavy, great big wide tank on it, but it doesn't handle like a cruiser. It handles so much better than quite a lot of cruisers. And like I said, I test rode quite a few. So I ended up on this one. I bought it interstate, drove 8 hours and bought it. Me and the wife drove 8 hours and bought this thing, and if I'm honest, it is the best motorcycle I've ever owned, and if not the best, one of the very best motorcycles ever made. There's not a lot of flaws I can find in it. Even when I first bought it, everybody said, "Oh, you'll never ride long distance on one of those. The seats are terrible." But the comfortable, the OEM seat on it, the standard seat on it, was pretty comfortable, if I'm honest. I bought the Mustang Touring seat just for that little bit extra comfort for the passenger, because the standard pillion seat was like a bloody brick. But no, there's not a lot I can find. A couple little faults in it. They're not real light on fuel. but you still get 290 k's out of a tank. They chew through back tyres like a bastard. I bought this when it was about half tread, I suppose, and wore it out pretty well, and I don't ride real hard. I wore mine right down and just replaced it not long ago with Avon Cobra Chromes, and yeah, I think I bought it and done about 5,500 k's. So if you can get 10,000 k's out of a tyre on one of these things, I think you're doing pretty well. But there's so many little things that I really like about this bike. It's got a beautiful note on it. This has got the shorty exhausts on it, not the standard exhaust. I've got the standard exhaust sitting over in the shed, but yeah, it's got a good note to it without being really irritating. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to decat it. But yeah, it's been a great bike for the 7-8 months I've had it, and I can't see me getting rid of this in a big hurry. I just love the bloody thing. I'm not getting rid of it in a hurry. You can be rest assured. Well, here we are. We've pulled up. It's a bloody beautiful day now, about 24, 25 degrees. We've pulled up, been for a ride through the Adelaide Hills, showed a bit of what the bike can do, what it sounds like. And here we are with my 2010 Triumph Thunderbird. She's done 16,600 kilometres. Starting at the back. Twin discs on the front. And she's in her standard form, except for shorty mufflers and a Mustang touring seat. Double wall exhaust headers. Oh, and I stuck a phone mount on it. But yeah, beautiful bike. Just under 100 horsepower, I think they are, about 98 cubic inches. The torque on the thing, they're very grunty, very good down low. The Triumph leather panniers are brilliant, hold plenty of gear. It's got the backrest, like I said, that's the Mustang touring seat, because the standard rider's seat was pretty good. The passenger seat left a little bit to be desired, so if I want the missus to come on with me, I'm going to have to make it comfortable for her. But no, she's a beautiful bike. I'd recommend them to anybody who didn't mind a bit heavier bike but wanted a bit of comfort. A few dollars spent on them, and they're really good. Liquid cooled. Got a few more things I want to do to it. I've got some engine bars and a fairing for it, and that's about all I'll do. So we'll switch it around. I don't know what you guys are going to say in the comments section, but yeah, it's the best bike I've ever owned, put it that way. Brilliant bike, and I can't fault it except for a couple of little tiny things that really don't matter. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. If you like what I'm doing, subscribe, like, comment, all that bloody good stuff, and we'll see you on the next video.